Children, in this video, let us look into the 1 mark questions related to the chapter 1, relations and functions. First question, if A is the set of students of a school, then write which of the following relations are universal, empty, or neither of the two. R1 is equal to A comma B such that A comma B are ages of students and modulus of A minus B is greater than 0. Obviously, you can see that this is now going to be a universal set because the ages of students can be, even if you subtract, he says it's modulus of A minus B. So it's going to be the absolute value. Obviously, it will be greater than 0. So students' age cannot be lesser than 0. So it will be a universal set. Second one, R2 is equal to A comma B such that A, B are weights of the students and A minus B is lesser than 0. Modulus of A minus B is lesser than 0. Again, this is now going to be an empty set because weight A minus B, it can't be negative, right? So it cannot be lesser than 0. It can't be negative. Weight can't be negative. So it will be an empty set. R3 is equal to A comma B such that A comma B are students studying in the same class. This can be neither empty set or universal set. Okay, and can be either of the two. Neither of the two can be neither an empty set nor an universal set. All right. Now coming to the second question, is the relation R in the set A equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defined as R is equal to A, B such that B is equal to A plus 1 reflexive. Now, A plus B if reflect A comma B is equal, now if it is a reflexive relation, then it should be A comma A. It should be like this. But he says B is equal to A plus 1. So A comma A plus 1 cannot be reflexive, is it not? So it is not a reflexive relation. It is not a reflexive relation. Third one, if R is a relation in set N given by R is equal to A comma B such that A is equal to B minus 3, B is lesser than 5, then does element 5 comma 7 belong to R? Now, given A is equal to B minus 3, he says B is greater than 5. So, you can now see that it is given that, you can see that it is given, does 5 comma 7 belongs to this, is asking. So, 5 comma 7 belongs to this particular relation. We'll have to find out. We can see that when you substitute in the place of A as 5 and in the place of B as 7, you can see that they are not equal to. 5 is not equal to 7 minus 3. So it does not belong to this relation. Fourth one, if F such that 1 comma 3 to 1, 2, 5 and G of such that 1, 2, 5 to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 be given by F is equal to 1 comma 2, 3 comma 5 and G is equal to 1 comma 3, 2 comma 3, 5 comma 1. Write G of F. Now look. So given F is 1 comma 3 to 1, 2, 5. So F of 1 comma 2, 3 comma 5, 3 comma 5. So same way G is given 1, 2, 5 to 1, 2, 3, 4. So G would be 1, 3, 2, 3 and 5, 1. So this is what is given. Now he is asking you to find out G of F. So F of 1 is 2 and F of 3 is 5. That is what from the relation we can infer that F of 3 is 5. Same way, G of 1 is 3 and G of 2 is 3 and G of 5 is 1. Therefore, we can see that G of F is equal to G of F of 1, you can see is 3. Same way, G of F of 3 is 1. Sorry, G of F of 3 is 1. So it is now going to be 1, 3 and 3, 1. So G of F is 1, 3, 3, 1. Look at the fifth one. Let G of F of R to R be defined by G of X is equal to X plus 2 by 3. F of X is equal to 3X minus 2. Find F of G of X. Let us solve this. Given G of X is equal to X plus 2 by 3. And F of X is equal to 3X minus 2. So therefore, F of G of X is equal to 3. So in the place of X, we have to put X plus 2 by 3 minus 2, which is nothing but 3 and 3 gets cancelled, 2 and 2 will get cancelled, which is nothing but X. So F of G of X is X. Now look into the sixth one. If F of R to R defined by F of X is equal to 2X minus 1 is equal to 5 be an invertible function, write F inverse of X. So it is given F of X is equal to 2X minus 1 by 5. Now let us keep y is equal to, let us say f of x is equal to y. So y is equal to 2x minus 1 by 5. Or from this we get 5y is equal to 2x minus 1. Or x is equal to 5y plus 1 by 2. Or therefore, this is now going to be the inverse. So f inverse of x is now going to be 5x plus 1 by 2. If f of x is equal to log x and g of x is equal to e to the power of x, find f of g and g of f where x is greater than 0. So given f of x is equal to log x and g of x is equal to e power x. So he's asking you to find out f of g. So f of g of x is equal to log of e to the power of x. So this can be written as x log e. But you know log e is 1, so which is equal to x. So f of g of x is equal to x. Same way, let us now find out g of f of x, which is equal to e to the power of log of x, which is nothing but x. So g of f of x is equal to x. So in this case, you can see that f of g of x is equal to g of f of x. If n of A is equal to n of B is equal to 3, then how many bijective functions from A to B can be formed? This is pretty simple. You know that given n of A is equal to n of B is equal to 3, number of bijective functions is given by n factorial. So here n is 3, so it is now going to be 3 factorial, which is equal to 3 into 2, which is equal to 6. So the number of bijective functions is 6. That can be formed as 6. Ninth one. If is f of n to n given by f of x is equal to x squared 1 to 1, give reason. Now, given f of n to n and f of x is given as x squared. Now, let us take f of a to b, where a and b are natural numbers. So, f of a to b, so f of a is equal to f of b, which means a squared is equal to b squared. Or in other words, you can say plus or minus a is equal to plus or minus b. But since it is given, the function is going to be n to n. That is, with respect to natural numbers, we cannot take the negative values. So a, you cannot take a to be equal to minus b. A can be only b. So you can say it is now going to be 1 to 1 function. Tenth one, if f of r to a given by f of x is equal to x squared minus 2x plus 2 is onto function, find set A. So given f of x is equal to x squared minus 2x plus 2. Now this can be rewritten as x minus 1 the whole squared plus 1. I'll write this 2 as 1 plus 1. And that will become x squared minus 2x plus 1 plus 1. But x squared minus 2x plus 1 can be written as x minus 1 the whole square plus 1. So, the minimum value occurs, when can it occur? When x is equal to 1, this becomes 0. So, 0 plus 1. So, the minimum value occurs when it is now going to be, when x is equal to 0. So, the minimum value is 1. And the maximum value will tend to infinity, you know that. So the range is now going to be 1 included up to infinity. So the codomain is, so suppose a is now going to be the function, that is now, you know, in an onto function, codomain is range. So a is also going to be equal to 1 comma